Singaporeans like cool lighting.
Why?
The fluorescent.
ugly.
我真的很讨厌
When I go
like
kopitiam, I'll get headache.
yeah.
His toilet no door one.
Yeah, I got open concept.
It's okay.
You can make eye contact
You're
when
okay with your partner
when your partner shitting can make
I
eye
mean, if I
contact.
choose to lah, but nobody will do that one lah.
Yeah
Not in
lah,
practical
see,
sense
that's
lah.
why.
Quite fun what?
The sofa I bought $15,000, but I okay.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Hot Pot, where we hop into different pots of spaces people find themselves in during life's transitions. I'm Joey.
I'm Q.
I'm Nick, and today's topic is very interesting. I think it's a very relatable topic. At this age, popping the BTO question.
Yes.
I BTO my. But with that also comes renovation.
Yes.
And then today's topic, we're going to be talking about the common pitfalls, things to look out for, best practices when you are renovating your home. And who better to share his wisdom with us than Ryan?
Welcome to the show.
First time I come podcast not to talk about saga or divorce.
Oh my.
Very appreciative.
It's good vibes only here.
Good vibes, good
It's
vibes.
a safe space.
Yes.
Or
yes.
is it?
Maybe all the script that y'all give me is just
Fake one.
Dummy script.
Yeah.
Dummy
It's a
script.
smoke screen. Then later
So
y'all start
about
asking.
5 years ago.
Okay, so my name is Ryan. I've been doing mainly YouTube content for the past 11 years. So I think I started with comedy skits, but as my audience grow up, they evolve their taste lah. So like instead of comedy, now they want to see like travel, food, home and design, and things like that. So we've been delving into a lot of that type of content. Lor.
Yeah, so you're kind of known for the Reno and ID segment and also content.
Yeah.
So what made you want to start Get ID?
Oh, it's a genuine interest. Yeah, I really like home and design. Because I feel 11 years of doing content in Singapore, right? I've been to like most places already, most restaurants, most shopping malls, then nothing much to see. The only thing we can't see is other people's house. You can't see
That's
that
true.
easily. Yeah, so I started to think of that and started to make some content out of it as an excuse to
Go see people's house.
Yeah, there's a lot of houses, beautiful houses that I went to see, but of course, sometimes the owner say don't want to shoot. But when I see, it's like, wow, amazing. I never knew Singapore can have this type of houses.
Yeah, actually after dinner sometimes and dessert, right? Then we'd want to go home. My friends and I would just drive around the richer estates
I
to
also
see
do.
right?
see the
and see the
architecture,
outside.
yeah,
and
yeah,
you're like, whoa.
Singapore really nothing to do,
Yeah.
then that's our fun.
Yeah.
lah.
I do that quite often. I just like looking only. Then the kids recognize me. Right? Father will invite me in just to drink coffee or tea. Then say, oh, my kids really like to watch your content. Then just like make a contact. Really.
But has anyone said that you look suspicious outside?
Sometimes lah. But
Take picture of people's house.
I never take picture. I will just really see. Then like write down like what type of inspiration I want for my house. As much as I can.
Opposite, instead of the uncle in a white van ask you to go in, right? The kids come.
Yeah.
It makes sense because like renovating a home is a very relatable experience to a lot of people, especially like, you know, when you're looking to settle down and things like that. But then a lot of people don't know like, wow, I need inspiration, and Pinterest can only get you so far. So like localized inspiration is super helpful.
I think the ID space in Singapore, the renovation space in Singapore feels very backwards. Okay, if we look at China, for example, right, we are like 10 years behind already. Like, okay, for example, now what we have is like maybe a bit of smart home, soft closing, we think is very impressive. Okay, not too bad. But in China, right, you have like the bed coming down from the ceiling and things like that already.
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah.
already on another level already.
Futuristic.
And not only that, I generally feel like IDs in Singapore, they play it safe. They always have these two template design. One is modern luxe, another is Scandinavian. Then
Muji.
everybody house look the same.
Yeah, not gonna lie, right?
Yeah.
Recently I went to my friend's house,
Yeah.
right? It's like they always buy the same type of furniture.
The rattan.
Then the white shells, plain white
The
shells.
Taobao,
Yes,
the Taobao stuff
correct.
lah.
The
Taobao stuff,
How
yeah.
about Scandi is
Yeah.
one kind only.
I never say don't buy Taobao, but Taobao you can buy styling items. I don't think you should buy like the big items or
Like sofa.
because sometimes depending on where you buy, you might not get what you order. Yeah, so I feel like in the end, right, a lot of people's houses are the same.
Yeah, it makes sense also because like from start to finish, everybody following template ma. Because the house you get HDB, same layout, same few rooms. Then you go to the ID will like, oh, I prefabricate like my carpentry for this client, this client, this client, this client. So everybody gets the same kind of like carpentry layout. Furnishing, everybody buy from the same Taobao
Correct.
sellers. So everybody ends up at the same house.
I think because
Yeah.
no one really knows where to truly look for, like the niche places to look for.
Which is why I think my video I showcase like there's not only IKEA or Taobao, there's so many other furniture places that are more unique pieces, like I don't know, like Gray and Sanders or Commune and these type of places that has more unique furniture. Then your house won't look like the same as everybody else.
How did your knowledge for ID or generally reno grow from doing content?
My dad was architect, so I think from young I exposed to it. I didn't work for him or follow him but like exposed to it Yeah, so but it has always been my interest. I think everybody got this dream I want my dream house to look like this or that. But I took it a lot more serious Like I don't want to say I wait until I can get this very very big house. I want to make like my current space or whatever housing that I can afford now to be my dream house. I want to make it to the best it can.
So speaking of dream house, what are your dream house?
Dream
Like,
house.
what does it look like to you?
For me, I think I already bought my dream house. To be very honest, because I don't plan to have kids, so I don't want to stay landed. I like efficient condos. I don't like condos with a lot of fluff and unnecessary things like roof terrace lah. Some people like balcony. I don't really like. Yeah, or a lot of wasted space, bay window, aircon latch. So I like very usable space, squarish layout, floor to ceiling windows will be a nice touch. So I managed to find all of that in my current house that I bought today, this year lah. Yeah.
How about you, Joey?
I think my perfect home would be a mix of like a farmhouse and a New York City apartment.
Wow.
Because I like the idea of having my own garden and a yard, but I also like hearing the sound of the city. I know this is dreamland already lah. Maybe in Sims I can have this house.
Those type of condo that you're talking about, like at least 5-6 million one.
But she's moving to America.
Okay, then it's possible.
Got chance.
So
Got chance.
maybe I can have the fake New York City wall.
yeah.
I play the car sound lah.
The
hor.
brick.
But instead of white noise, you just find car sound.
Correct.
Nick, are you living in your dream house? I've been to his house before because he hosts a lot of gatherings.
Wait, breakfast. His toilet no door one.
Yeah, I got open concept.
What, you stay alone?
No, my wife, two of us.
Just
but I got
two.
no kids.
Then your guests
don't-
use what toilet?
No. The master bedroom toilet is open concept.
That's okay lah.
Yeah,
That's okay lah.
Okay, what?
Okay,
The house that I bought, the toilet also open full glass one. You can see outside one.
but
It's okay lah.
You can make eye contact
You're
when
okay with your
your partner when your
shit.
partner shitting can make
I
eye
mean, if I
contact.
choose to lah, but nobody
Yeah.
will do that one lah.
Yeah
Not in
lah,
practical
see,
sense
that's
lah.
why.
Quite fun what?
no, as in it's not for the eye contact. It's just generally like you walk past
The
and you
fact
see
that
it,
you're
like,
exposed.
你们两个有同居过吗？
Tongji is
Live together.
I've never lah, but I told the audience on this podcast before that someone I dated shit in front of me without consent.
Oh,
We're not very so yet.
right. I think when you are married or stay together long enough, right, it becomes normalized.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Like it's not even a thing. He can be shitty. You'll be talking some serious things, right?
Yeah.
There's no awkwardness one.
You talk
Yeah.
everything. Bloom.
It's like that one. It's just because of that already.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, but going back to your house.
My place, no, I think when we bought the place and when we renovated it, the horizon was always like 7 to 10 years max. Then we will probably want to move to a bigger place. I'm currently in a ground floor condo unit because I'm into plants. So I grow like exotic house plants.
Wow,
Yeah.
unique
Exotic
guy.
house plant.
So your patio is well used lah.
Yeah. But I think long run, I would like to live in a high floor lah. So maybe a penthouse.
Right.
Not too much outdoor space because I also like the built up area.
But then you will like my condo.
Okay, later we talk later.
I will just openly say the condo is called the Trumps.
Make Singapore great again. Do you think a lot of people play it safe because they want to resell in the future?
I think so, but I don't know lah. Most people I talk to lah, like my audience come and talk to me about their renovation, right? Not only they play safe, then they won't want to spend too much. They see it as temporary. But to me, 5 to 7 years, right?
Very long leh.
You should at least try to live. Do you know it makes so much of a difference, right? If you come back to a home that you enjoy coming back
Yes.
to.
Agreed.
Your headspace is so much better, you can think so much better, and you're motivated to work. Then a lot of people focus a lot on practicality or easier to clean all that. I don't know lah. For me, I like a little bit more aesthetic because I really feel right, like when you come back to a beautiful home, you see you happy, right? The mood, when your mood is better, right, you do everything also, you feel like
You want
know,
to clean more. You want to take care of the space.
Yeah. I feel it's a
Is it the
nice
fluted
thing,
panels?
A lot of people like to say, but
What? Say again.
fluted
Fluted
panels.
panels. Whenever someone has fluted panels in their house and then it appears in like a video or article, right?
Correct.
The comments confirm be like
Very
very
dusty, very hard to
dusty,
clean.
difficult to clean.
No, it's just like having a rug
Yeah.
because it's just troublesome to clean.
Yeah.
But it makes so much of a difference. Like it's such a cozy space.
It's nice, but then you've got sensitive skin, then you're lazy to vacuum.
Okay.
These rashes.
There is a fact, right, that everything will have dust.
Yeah.
Nothing escapes dust.
Now that you've seen so many houses, talked to so many homeowners, right? What are the most common issues or regrets that like you hear?
I think one thing I really want people to take note is lights. Okay? Your house can make house nice, how nice, right? How beautiful, You can spend a lot of money in your renovation, right? And then you just get the wrong lights finished already.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
big light. And then Singaporeans like cool lighting.
I
The
freaking hate it.
fluorescent
ugly.
我真的很讨厌
When I
bright
go
light.
kopitiam, I'll get headache.
Yeah. It flickers in such a frequency, right, that human eyes can't detect, but it really flickering. So it really slowly will give you headache and
Yeah, I really get a
migraine.
headache.
But nobody seem to understand. They think it's practical to help them focus. So recently got one science study, okay? They put in 2 classrooms. One classroom, white light, one classroom, yellow light. 6 months. The one in the yellow light, right, they score 20 to 30% better in their exams. It helps you to focus better because of how it emulates sunlight. So
Right.
this energizes you.
I researched on this before because like I was like, why is my office light like that? Like it's fluorescent. It's just cost. 'Cause
Yeah, it's just cost.
Last
It's
time
cheaper.
fluorescent cheap.
It's cheap, but it's really a very bad quality.
Yeah,
light.
yeah.
I
Headache, oh.
see.
Yeah.
Okay, but home-wise, any other regrets that people usually have?
Ceiling fan placement.
Why?
Ceiling fan
it the
placement,
flicker?
because it intersects with the light, right? And then it causes this shadow. Sloping effect. Some people are like, I just want to be cooling here, cooling there, then like that.
They never plan
Yeah,
So
they
ahead
know.
lah.
actually a good ID, right? My ID was super like meticulous about this. So I say I want ceiling fan. Then she will tell me, okay, for this space, we need how many lights to illuminate the space sufficiently. That means your ceiling fan can only be max this size. And then must have how much clearance. If not, you will get the shadow. Yeah.
Another one, I would say guest room. Guest room is not something very often used depending lah, but most of the people, Singapore is so small. 你过来了，你要回家，你 just 回家啦。It's
Just
just
take
like,
Grab 20 minutes.
yeah, so it's very underutilized, but a lot of people like cater one whole space. If your house is damn big, I understand. But last time when I had the Yio Chu Kang house, right, I catered the space for a lot of like parties and friends and all that. So like, balcony, roof terrace.
Never use.
Because after my saga, I lost most of my friends, nobody come. So now the whole house, the whole design is like, it was wasted. It was meant to host parties, but there's nothing. So my new house, right, is much bigger space.
Yep.
But I don't care. I just cater for myself. I don't even have guest room.
What would you recommend for people to change that guest house into?
I think you can make it like a recreation room, study room or what, right? Then you put a Murphy bed if you really want.
My friend, right, purposely don't want guest room, right? Cause don't want the parents to come and stay.
Oh,
Ooh,
My friend,
tactical friend.
not me.
I remember your house don't have guest room.
I got no space to put guest room. Sure. But yeah, so apparently like there are a lot of people, they have a guest room because their parents like want them to have a guest room.
Yeah.
What about following renovation trends that only last for a while?
No, do what you like. And I feel right, a proper renovation, right, shouldn't stick to one theme. You cannot say, I like Scandinavian, then my whole house is Scandinavian. You're making a home and you're not making a museum. So you can mix it around. Or if your living room is this, maybe you try your room, something else, your study room, something else. It can be a mix of things to feel like more like home. You know, feel very sterile or magazine-like.
Boring,
And depending on your occupation. Okay, so for me, because I'm a content creator, I shoot a lot of video, take a lot of photos. Then my house, I want it to look pretty. Okay, pretty is one thing. Must be bright. Cannot have reflective surface because we don't want the light to spill or a lot of mirrors for reflection.
crew and
So that's very tactical when I think about it. Yeah. So it depends on how your house can best suit your character. Lor.
So the place you are renovating now, your dream home, right? What's the style?
It's actually quite LA/New York style because got 270-degree floor to ceiling windows and then we are viewing to an unblocked landed enclave and high floor. So you are really seeing all the way to see.
The terms we like. I don't
You say
know.
270, I'm like, why?
Like
Basically,
Where is it?
like
a
paranormal
lot,
lah.
a lot of window.
Why your
No,
wall?
it's 怎么讲啊？Like
I know. This one wall. The rest window.
Wow, man.
Floor to ceiling
That's
window.
LA. That's very LA.
So,
that's very LA.
So specifically, I told the ID I want like LA style, and I want the attention to be drawn out to the view. Yeah. So everything we do, we amplify the view, lo.
Nice. Stay tuned. I assume that there will be a video.
Yeah.
Right.
Question pod. Guest first, Ryan.
Oh,
please.
what? When was the last time you thought something or someone was damn overkill?
Overkill.
Wow.
Oh, clever.
Wow.
For him, someone. Wow.
Okay, so I seldom like to go to events, right? Because sometimes I feel people very poor.
Paul is like
Carry ball, angkat
wayang,
bola.
wayang.
Like
suck
suck
up.
Yeah. Okay, wait. This one I need to give a proper context, okay? Like when 3.5 years ago the saga happened, right? These same people, right, avoided me like a plague.
Oh, so
Don't
they
talk to
fake
me,
lah.
never reply me. But now, hey Ryan, long time no see here, all that, then I feel like,
So it's like being
yeah,
fake.
some very over lah.
What are usually people's first impressions of you? I asked Ryan.
First impression,
I'm very scared now.
I don't know. I just feel maybe you haven't been in a lot of relationship because you never 同居过. So I feel like still feels like very new to life, exploring.
Explore already lah.
Explore already.
Explore already.
jaded.
Explore then hurt then
Jaded already,
heal
jaded
then
already.
jaded.
Right,
That one
right.
another topic.
Right.
You are the only person in the world who owns a car. Do you choose to scrap your car or lock it up behind a titanium reinforced garage so nobody steals it?
Wow.
I think just scrap lah.
But why can't I just drive it?
People are trying to steal it.
Yeah, I assume the need to lock is because everybody want to steal.
She's gonna be
Yeah.
rich.
Wow. It's a whole paper. Let's say you have a cactus stuck onto your back and the pain is excruciating. The only person who will be able to get it out is the one person you hate most in the world. However,
Wow,
there is a
this one-
50% chance they will stick another cactus into your face and leave you there. Do you approach? I think I leave the cactus there.
Really?
Yeah, put on the face That one is just in the back
Okay, we respect that. Okay, let's talk about costs because that's one of the biggest consideration. Actually, for me, right, I'm so far from renovating a place. I don't know how much it costs.
Actually, really depends a lot of things. Some people like 你给他一个 10,000, right? They top up everything also possible ma. It really depends what exactly you want. But I think a healthy range for like if you want it reasonably nice like a HDB maybe 3 room like that.
BTO or resale?
BTO lah.
Okay.
But BTO now getting smaller and smaller. That's really hard lah. I would say 50
50K.
will look decent.
Decent as in above Taobao level.
Okay, so renovation 有分很多嘛，有一个 the one portion is like fittings like your lights lah, your tiles lah, all the thing. Then other things is like your furniture and all that.
Carpentry.
So-
Carpentry is so expensive.
Correct. So most of the renovation, right, they do like carpentry, tiles and everything 嘛，没有 furniture 嘛。So sometimes when you see people's house is like very, very empty one. What they buy after that, right, actually quite determine how the house going to look like. Yeah. So if you buy from Taobao, right, the house going to look cheap.
Taobao house, yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
when my dad just got his place, and then at the time we were doing ID, and then when pay the time right, I'm like, I've never seen so many zeros in my life. That's how I learned that carpentry is so expensive because it's basically like custom furniture, right? Even like after buying cheaper furniture online, I think we hit about 100K.
Wow.
There's some formula, right? Like, I mean, the guidelines in terms of like the value of your house or the price you paid for your house, then it's a percentage. That's the amount you should look to spend on your reno. But at the same time, it's also dependent on things like what's the condition of the place. Like if it's super old, then you might want to redo the wiring, the plumbing and things like that.
I
And all that
think-
is cost also.
If I'm going to spend the next 5-7 years there, and that is best case scenario, 5-7 years, right? I want to live very comfortably.
Yeah.
That's a lot of days, and I will want to invest in that. Yeah, I really see like some of my friends, they hate to go home. They find it very squeezy, noisy, aircon not working, the lights is giving them headache. They just not in the right space to go live properly.
Yeah.
Then they go back when they dead drunk or dead tired. Then it's like,
Wow, that's quite unhealthy.
that's not quality,
Yeah.
ma.
This is Atomic Habits, literally.
Yeah.
the book,
Literally,
yeah.
this is it.
You need
A
to
little
make
bit
your
of changes.
environment good for
Yeah,
you.
correct.
Because when I was renovating my place also, initially we wanted to spend X amount. Then to get what we really wanted, they say need to spend Y
Stretch.
amount.
Yeah.
So then the trade-off was that, okay, and that year we were also looking to get a car. So then I prioritize lah. Like, do I want to spend X amount and get a car, or I spend Y amount and I get the home that I want? Then I prioritize the home.
Good
So
choice.
we forsake
I
a
feel
car.
good choice. The secret to a good marriage is you want to go home. I feel like, alright. I mean, I feel that's one thing.
That's true.
You
That's
want to
true.
go, you're excited to go home. If you make the whole house not appetizing to go back, then it's a problem.
That's true.
Yeah.
But then now things are so expensive. Inflation. I mean, like young couples can barely afford a home, like even the down payment. So what would you say?
Where to prioritize your spending on a
Yeah,
renovation?
like you don't even know where to start. You don't know what to prioritize and where to put your money, how to put your money, what can come later, what should come now.
Okay, let's say you are my customer under ID. How I make your money is like, for example, I bring you to go look at house. Then you say you like this, right? Then I will make the order for you. Then I tell you is $2,000. But actually the invoice that come to me is 1,200. Correct? So what happened is through many places, they mark up, then it becomes expensive. There are some places, there are some vendors that encourage transparent pricing, which means you go to the website, you can see it. ID won't like this too much, right? If, let's say, you 自己去买, you go choose and buy the house yourself, then you pass it to them. Then they will feel like, wow, 你的钱很难赚. So I think you must strike a balance.
Right.
Yeah, then what I will save on, actually carpentry. Like my new house, I insisted I want to have very, very minimal carpentry because carpentry is the only thing that next time you want to move house or what, you cannot bring it.
Yeah.
It's just stuck there forever already.
Oh yeah.
So to give you an example, like my new house, right, the sofa I bought $15,000. But I okay. No, you listen, it's not even sponsored. But I bought it because I know, right? I can bring. Next time I go move house, I can bring it. I can put it in my office. I can do it.
You want $15,000?
15K can cure
Can show picture later.
King's Living sofa is a Australian brand. A lot of function don't have, but it's just pretty and comfortable.
Okay,
Stay
like,
tuned
no.
to the video.
It's his money.
He
can do whatever he wants.
already.
Yeah, happy get it. I think at the end of the day,
Yeah.
Correct.
So I would say you save on carpentry. Some vendors, okay, that you think you can
Own self buy.
then go own self buy lah. But you have to let your ID earn lah. So be reasonable in some sense lah. I am not an ID. This is just from what I observe, how I think you can save money.
But now there are some younger, like more modern IDs. What they're doing is they charge you a
Flat fee.
fixed design consultancy fee. So then after that, like they don't care where you get your stuff from. If you get from them and they help you to place the order, then they will just tell you, okay, then there will be an admin and processing fee, which I think is good lah. Cause I think generally like people want that transparency also.
Yeah.
Do you think that people should get an ID or they can DIY all the way, like the whole process?
I really think first time you should. I think it's not about the designing or what. It's the whole coordination is damn complex. So imagine when you're renovating a place and you don't have an ID, right? All the suppliers, the workers, they will call you.
Wow.
Crazy.
That
Yeah,
sounds
you can't coordinate.
irritating,
Then I say, I cannot make it today, so I have to come tomorrow. But then tomorrow got the painter come. How? You clash this, then you have to reschedule and everything is a nightmare.
It's a lot of mental load, like kind of like planning a wedding. Like
Worse.
if
I
you
think
are
worse.
working while planning a wedding,
Yeah.
then there's too much on your
Alright.
plate, too much going on.
And to be fair for IDs, in overseas, right, coordinator, project manager, and interior designers are 3 different roles. In Singapore, right, what consumers are expecting, right, them to do all 3 roles for the price of half.
I have a close friend that is a contractor. Then from a contractor's point of view, it's like, 不要 get ID, like don't need to get ID.
I think it also depends what you want to get out of your renovation. So like the people who say like, oh, just go direct to a contractor, you don't need an ID, then you will get a cookie cutter house lah. Unless you really are inherently like, hey, I'm super zai with design. So if you're comfortable with just having like, hey, I'm fine with my carpentry, my kitchen cabinet look the same as everybody else's one, then that's fine. You go direct to your contractor. Then all you have to do is like pick tiles, pick laminate.
I think especially as a first-time owner, you don't think about little things like designing your kitchen, what looks good and what's practical. Like your salt is all the way there because it looks good, but as you're cooking, you have to walk all the way there. Then it might deter you from wanting to cook in the future, or your experience at home is just like not nice.
Yeah. A good idea is supposed to solve your problems, or you are a pet owner, you work from home, how they make the space for you that's best suited for you. Yeah.
For you guys, right, since all of you have a partner, how do you all manage different preferences?
From all the couples that I work with, right, the guy have no power. The girl makes the decision.
No, this one I think got a lot of power.
I think this one flip lah.
Oh,
This one flip.
Yeah, right.
She more 青菜 lah.
She's very understanding. But the
Right.
compromise, you must pick your battles.
Right.
So there are things that obviously you feel more strongly about.
Right,
If you can tell one lah, someone feels more strongly about something, then you give in, no?
Right.
If I had it my way, my house would be like monochrome. But then like her style was very like the Scandinavian Muji kind.
So in the end, you did compromise and
Yeah. So we compromise lah. It's not monochrome lah.
Right.
Sepia.
Same thing. I like wood. I like wood and nature elements. My girlfriend like modern. So we compromise. We go with modern lah.
That's not a compromise.
We compromise.
We
but
meet
go
in the middle of her side.
Yeah, of her side.
So far, Susan,
Okay,
you,
wait. So it's the $15,000 sofa. I say I can get sponsors. Then she say, but she really like this $15,000 sofa. We compromise and we got the $15,000 sofa.
Wow.
my money lah. But it's like, we compromise lah.
I
right?
like that he still calls it a compromise. Trained very well. Now next time touch wood got saga
I
again,
don't
right?
want.
At least you cry on a $15,000 cost.
Oh
my God.
overlooking your 270 degree view.
For me, okay, I don't know. Have you heard this term, right? Like you need to turn the volume down in the car, then you can drive properly because you can see properly. You know, right?
Yeah.
So at home, right, when I want to find something and hear the TV properly, the lights, I need to turn all the lights on. But okay, my husband don't like light at all. He can operate in full darkness.
Okay.
So when I turn on like one small side room light, he's really like this. But I'm like this. Then how?
So cornea okay or not?
So sometimes when he's sleeping and in the morning I need to get ready, I need to see everything clearly, right? I just take the blanket, I just lap
Cover
on
him
him
lah.
all that on the light.
Right.
I'll be like, sorry.
But
Yeah.
home renovation, how?
Yeah, if in the future when you move to America.
In the future when we move, I think he will compromise the same way Ryan does.
Yeah.
Yeah lah, can tell.
It do be like that lah.
Yeah.
Okay, no, to be fair, I design quite nicely. So I think he trusts and we have similar taste. But I also do, I want him to have his own man cave. Far away so he can game and shout. Like outside of my hearing like distance. Yeah.
Okay, but moving away from just reno and designing, right? Tips for couples that really don't see eye to eye in terms of the style.
I think it's silly to argue over a home renovation. It's such a happy and exciting thing. Yeah, because I also want to live happily with her. Ma. So I rather, don't need to argue over this thing. As long as it looks nice, right? She also want it to look nice. Ma. Right? Yeah.
But not everyone will have this perspective.
And this is not even wife, this is girlfriend.
Ah, solid.
Solid
Yeah.
I do see that amongst my friends, a lot of the dudes are more like whatever.
Yeah, lor.
Yeah, they got no
They
preference.
give up already. We lost the will to fight.
Are you okay or
No,
not?
but I feel
Happy life.
I'm an outlier lah.
He's different.
I
He's
quite
different. He's
like, clear about like what I
Right,
want,
right,
and
right.
then she quite chill as long as it looks nice.
Yeah lah.
Yeah.
But if both very strong personality, then it will lead to
Yeah.
a lot of argument lah.
Yeah, so if that's the case,
Yeah.
I feel like then you need to like look at who use which space more. So like if both of y'all feel very strongly about the kitchen, right? But only one person is the one that's going to be doing most of the cooking, then that person should have
that's
more
true.
say in
Yeah,
terms of
that's
like
true, that's true.
the layout, the
Yeah,
functionality. Actually, going back to the ID sort of watch-outs, right? Just now we mentioned like cost was one, how they earn and like how to work with an ID in terms of cost. But then what are other like sort of ID nightmares that people have? Things like timelines.
Very similar to a hair salon. If this hair salon is very famous, right? It doesn't mean all the stylists is right for you. You must find somebody that you can communicate very well, understand what you want. And I would think above all, the most important thing is responsive. Will actually reply you, not like 6-8 days later, then reply you one text, say, oh, I'm not around, or that, like leave you hanging. I think it go for like the lawyers, doctors, all that, right? Somebody that understand and communicate with you well. Lor.
Oh my god, it's like finding a therapist.
Yeah, it's not so much of the best therapist, the best lawyer, all that.
Yeah, you need to vibe. And I feel like there are some people who can be very good at their job, but if their goal is not to get you the best house,
Yeah.
they're not the best for you. Like when we were shopping for toilet things, you know, the matte black, very nice. But then they'll tell you the water stain very obvious. Or they'll tell you
Or
things like
peel,
that.
If you wear ring, you will scratch the...
Yeah, so things like that, when they told us, we were like, oh, we are so grateful that you are thinking for us that way. And even though they might have earned a bigger cut from that, they're like, I'm just telling you, like letting you know. Even choosing tiles, choosing like grout colors, they factor these things in. Then you feel like, oh, this person is working like with me.
Correct.
Actually, it's quite interesting because I met a few IDs before I settled on my ID, right? And I love my ID, like she's great. The other IDs I met were I felt like they were good in that they were really servicing me. Like I gave a brief and then they really were like, they tried to hit everything on the brief. But the reason why I picked my ID, right, was that she was like, if I suggest something, right, then she'd be like, damn ugly.
You want that? You want the brutal honesty.
Yeah, just tell me.
You don't want a yes man.
Yeah, I don't want a yes man. So she would really challenge me, and then she really like puts in a lot of effort rather than just, since the client got the idea already, I just execute lah.
I have never seen a perfect renovation, that's for sure. Okay. I also have never seen a timeline that was fulfilled correctly.
That was met on time.
Yeah.
It's never
Must buffer a bit.
There's so many moving parts in the renovation. There's vendors, there's suppliers, there's so many people involved in it, right? There's decisions. So if you reply late, whose fault is it? If you reply late. Sometimes it's customer's fault also. But they don't see it. They put it all on the ID. So I feel like as consumers, we also have to be a little bit understanding lah. That's the timeline that they want to give you, but not all the time we can meet lah. And I have never seen it on time
What
before.
is the average timeline?
One of my talent HDB 7 months because COVID. So they only allow 2 people to
7 months is long.
damn long
Oh.
for a HDB.
I don't know.
But average I think 3-4 months lah. Honestly lah.
Dang. Okay, Ryan, for new homeowners who are just starting out on their reno journey, what advice do you have for them?
For me, I at least this is my steps lah. First thing, I go Pinterest. I think that's the very basic. You at least see what you like, what you don't like, until you create a mood board, right? You will see some recurring patterns. So when you know what you want, what you don't want, it will give you a better idea. What is it? What is the direction you're going for? Then second, you must look at your floor plan. Okay, your floor plan very important. Then go to this website called Homes by Me. It's not a sponsor or what It's an international site. You can upload your whole floor plan there, and you can start build
Like Sims
then you can build walls and all that.
So fun.
It's free. It's free. So when you make your layout, right, then you must ask yourself first, right, what do you always do at home? Do you cook a lot? Do you watch TV a lot? Do you eat a lot? Do you host a lot? Then in the priority of your importance, right, you cater the space for it. So like for me, I'm a big movie buff. I like to watch Netflix. I want a very big living room, sitting area, watch TV, sound system, all that. So I will prioritize a lot of space there. You prioritize like that, then you will have idea on your priority of space. Once you're done, right, then you go look for ID.
Also,
then you don't waste time on it.
So you're just planning the space layout, but then the details are meant for the ID to settle.
Correct. So now you got your space, you gotta know what you want. You talk to your ID, right? They will know that you already done your research. You already know your lifestyle is going to be like, right? Then you can ask them, do you have a better suggestion than what I think it is? Because I'm a professional, so then maybe you say, hey, actually, if you like, right, you spend so much time in your dining area, right? Instead of putting your dining table here, why don't you put at the corner there where it has windows? Maybe something like that. Something that you never thought of it. Yeah, so I think that's what a good idea will do. But then you have to figure out your flow. So like, 你从起来去冲凉, 换衣服, go grab your breakfast, wear your shoes and go out is one direction. Instead of like come back, bounce, go look at the mirror, come down, take the drink, go take your socks. Then it's like, this will create frustration every morning.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
The space planning is very important because when you look at your floor plan, right, you cannot really visualize. So the common mistake is that you want to fit everything inside. And then you realize that you don't have space for like all these different things.
Actually, I saw on TikTok that people always say that you should grow with your home. Like, don't buy everything just to meet the first day of moving in.
Slowly add.
Yeah, slowly add like little trinkets and like decor pieces. Then you start, building your house.
Building the story along the way.
It not feels very like sterile.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us on this episode of The Hot Pot. Let us know down in the comments below as well what your dream home looks like. And don't forget to listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Me Listen as well.
And subscribe to our channel if you haven't already.
Yes, and thank you so much, Ryan, for joining us and
Thank you for
sharing
having
all
me.
your insights.
Thank you.
And we will see you on the next episode.
Bye.
I got quite a lot of shit from my house also
Why?
online.
Literal.
There was a video
Oh.
lah. People say like, how to stay in this kind of house.
No
I
lah.
stay you stay man.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa.
It's
Someone sends
but really, sometimes
No,
I read
it's true.
I read the comments they come and say this, say that, right? 都不是你住 not you stay, you come and 靠北
Yeah.
You want then you go do lor.
No.